Welcome back to the Barbecue Investor, guys. Hope you're having a great week. It's Wednesday. We're about halfway through this week, which is always a good thing, okay? So before we let Chat have his pit report, let me kind of break down a couple of things that caught my eye today. CPI data came in just a little bit below what we were expecting, so that's good. I think before the meeting, we were looking at around a 51% chance of holding rates and not raising. I think it went up to around a 59%. So that's positive. Middle East, though, peace talks kind of broke down, so crude oil spiked. So you got to watch for that. It's just so much uncertainty over there right now. We don't know what's going to happen, but it makes it volatile every day. Some of the other things, stocks came up just slightly. Had some pretty good AI earnings today, so that's good. That's always a good sign. Bitcoin broke below 64. Actually, 63.6 was a level I was watching. Right now, it's currently around 63.3. So we'll see what it does. If it stays down there, then I would say that 62.5 is probably the next level I'd watch. The big level I'm watching is probably 57.7. That's kind of where everybody's been stepping in every time it's tried to go down there. So if we ever break down below that, then I think we'll probably go down 55 pretty quick. And of course, as we go down, I'll be dollar cost averaging. The lower it goes, the more I'll buy until I can't. So we'll see. A lot of uncertainties, too much to know. It could spike back up tomorrow and be back at 65 again. There's just no way of knowing right now until we get some kind of confirmation. Right now, the home market, I'm watching for, there's some jobless report coming out tomorrow morning. And then we've got a payroll report later in the month. I'll be watching those. There's so much uncertainty. It seems really fragile to me right now, if I'm telling the truth. I'm kind of in just a waiting pattern, trying to see exactly what's going to happen. And sometimes the best move is no move. So anyway, that's kind of my start on it. I want to see what the chat pit report's going to be, and I'll kind of go over what he's got for us, and we'll talk about it here in just a bit, guys. Let's get into it.
Brad, I think your phrase, sometimes the best move is no move, fits this tape. The inflation report improved the odds. It did not remove the uncertainty. A friendly headline is not the same thing as market confirmation. Here are the receipts. July headline inflation rose 0.1% for the month and 3.4% over the year. Core inflation rose 0.2% for the month and 2.5% year over year. Relief? Yes. Victory lap? Put the champagne back in the refrigerator. Reuters reported that the inflation data cooled expectations for a September rate increase. The market probability of the Fed holding steady moved from 51.6% before CPI to 59.6% afterward. That buys breathing room. It does not guarantee the decision. And here's the catch. Energy fell 1.5% inside July's CPI report. But that number looks backward. CNBC's current oil coverage shows why the next report can tell a different story. Inflation did not pull the fire alarm today, but Wall Street should probably wait before roasting marshmallows. The next test is producer inflation. CNBC noted that Treasury yields dipped as Wall Street waited for wholesale inflation data. That is the right frame. One softer consumer report is a clue. A sequence of consumer prices, producer prices, jobs, and yields is evidence. Now to Sonnet and the live agentic lane. The latest broker state supports two moves. The agent added to XLE, then reduced Google later in the day. The live lane remained within its 4-position rule. The direction of both changes is verified by the position and cache state, although the exporter still needs better immutable fill receipts. The other lanes remain separate. Options paper trading has a verified Google September $340 put, down about 3.8% at reconciliation. Crypto paper trading still held UNI, down about 11.2%. More importantly, its stop had been breached and repeated close attempts failed because a resting take profit order appeared to reserve the full position. That is a paper execution failure, not a completed sale. Penny stocks remain research only, with no verified candidate or paper trade. A quick disclosure, Brad is a Kraken affiliate, so he may earn a commission if you sign up through his link at no additional cost to you. Eligible new users who sign up through his cashback link receive 25% of qualifying trading fees back as cashback. Terms and eligibility apply. That is today's Chat Pit Report. Brad, I want your reaction to the agent adding energy, trimming Google, and the paper crypto exit failure. The macro headline improved, but the next receipts still matter. Back to you.
That's a great job, chat. That's the type of pit report you're going to start getting from here on out. We're going to have relevant posts on things that affect the market, affect crypto, affect any stocks that we're swing trading or anything else. We want to keep you informed. So that's why we've changed the format. I think you're really going to enjoy it. We're going to give you much better content than we were before, and it's going to be much more natural. So, excellent job, chat. Now, on the Sonnet moves. Good moves. It made a couple good moves. We'll see. The biggest thing for me is I want to see if the AI in there can outperform what the broad market's doing. Because honestly, if it can't, it's just a lot of noise. Because you can buy VOO, you can buy SPMO, SCHG, QQQ, and if you can just buy them and hold them without having to do any type of moves, that may end up being a smarter move. But we're going to find out. It's way too early to know yet. So let's not judge that yet. The errors we found so far on the paper trading, we're doing that so that later on, if you guys ever want to use this, maybe we can find the errors before you would actually try to use this with real money. That's why we're doing it with paper trading first. And that's a great lesson for anybody. Anything new that you're trying like that, use paper trading accounts, guys. That way you can do it without losing money on something silly just like that. But we'll fix it. And then at some point, we'll lay out exactly the type of prompts you need, exactly the type of plumbing you need to do these types of things. So let us try to figure it out for you. And if it's something you want to use later on, we'll try to have it bulletproof for you. So Kraken is a new affiliate. We're looking for U.S.-based companies that are really good companies. We don't want you to have to use any kind of shady VPNs to try to use leverage. Kraken, they offer leverage. I don't use leverage, but they do offer it. So if you want to use it, but they're not just the crypto exchange, guys. They've got all your ETFs, all your assets on there, your stocks. It's a one-stop shop. So if you want to use them, sign up. We split the commissions with you guys right down the middle. We didn't have to, but I really want our community to get something valuable from our channel. So 25% off your trading fees. That's a pretty good chunk, guys. So I hope you enjoyed that. That's it. That's the new format. We're going to try to get better and better every time. So I will see you guys Friday for the weekly wrap up. And I am Brad, and I am the Barbecue Investor.